Okay, everybody, we're looking on my MacBook screen right now. I'm just going to give you a very brief walkthrough of how I use the different programs here to get a nice sounding audio track for my YouTube videos. Right now we're looking at a program called Audacity, okay? And over here on my desktop, I have a couple of things. I have this file STE008. That directly came off the H4. That's the file with no mix. We're going to open that up in Audacity. Open. Okay. Bang. Let's open that sucker up. Okay. Now you'll notice that it's an audio file where both tracks do not appear the same. That's because this lower one is the DI. It's a stronger signal. This is the microphone. And if you were to put headphones on, the one on the top would be all the way in your left ear, and the one on the bottom would be all the way in your right ear. So what we're going to do in Audacity is separate these tracks and create them as two mono tracks, and then output them separately so that we can play with each of them mix-wise with maybe different EQs, different reverbs, different compression. So watch how I'm going to do that. Now Audacity is a free program and it's a great tool for things like this. So there's an arrow over here. Bingo. Over here it says split stereo track. So I'm going to click that. Now it's made two tracks out of it. However, there's still, each one of these is a stereo track, and the top one's still going to be all the way in the left ear, and the bottom one's still going to be all the way in the right ear. So there's a couple more things we need to do. Over here, we're going to say mono. And then over here, we're going to say mono. So now we have two mono tracks. Now watch what we're going to do. Don't hit save. We're going to make the DI go away. Click the X here as if we were getting rid of it. All that's left is the left hand. It's no longer left. It's mono. All that's left is the microphone. So now I'm going to go export as wave, and I'll plop this right on the desktop, and I'll give it a new name. I'll call it STE008 mic, since that's the microphone. Okay. And now that's going to be mono, meaning same volume in the left ear as the right ear. If I go to undo track remove, we magically get our DI back. Then I'll make the mic go away. Same thing, export as wave. You don't want to do anything here, and I'll name this DI. You don't want to do anything where you're bouncing down to MP3s or anything. You want to keep the highest audio quality possible, because when you upload it to YouTube, YouTube is going to compress it, and iMovie will compress it a little bit. So anyhow, I'm going to quit out of here. Don't have to save the changes. It's always a good idea to keep, so over here, ST008, that's my original track. Down here, I've got my two new tracks. So let's go to Garageband, where I've created a brand new file called sample. There's nothing in it. Now this is something that a lot of people, if they say, how do you get a file into Garageband, a WAV file? It's so easy, it's just drag and drop. So watch, here's the microphone. Just literally drag it and drop it right in there. Bingo. Okay, it created a different track for it. Doesn't really matter where it is, but the start point matters. So I drag it all the way to the left. Then over here, if you look down in the lower right, my DI is here, so I'll drag that in. Bingo. Oop. Created one too many little tracks because I was careless. No problem. Let's delete the track to neaten things up. Oops. Sorry. So you notice that I didn't let them stay jaggedy like that, because then they would be out of sync. I dragged them so they have the same beginning point. From this point on, it's a question of taste, how you would like to mix your tracks. You can do different EQs on each one. You can mess with the volume, different reverbs, a little bit of compression, however you'd like to do it. This video is not about how to do a mix. It's just to show you how I get them into Garageband. Let's assume that I've done all the nifty mixing stuff. I'm going to click over here where it says share, and then I'm going to go to export song to disk. Export, let's give it a fancy name, sample mix number 1. And I'll plop that on the desktop. Let's wait as it mixes down. Okay. So now this is, of course, just the audio portion. You're probably wondering, how do you get this into the video? I'll show you. It's really easy. So I'm going to quit out of Garageband. Don't save. Go to iMovie, where I've set up a little sample project. This is just the video portion of In My Life. This is just what's imported from the camera with no audio. Now let's look over here. Look down in the corner, right over here, we have the mix. Okay, it's quite easy to do this. You're going to drag the mix, not so that the whole background turns green like that. You see how the whole background's turning green? You don't want to drop it then. Drag it with the plus sign just somewhere, just plop it in. Now, I must say, I don't understand why we're not seeing the full green bar all the way across here. There's something a little bit buggy happening right now in my iMovie. It hasn't done that ever before, so I don't know. But what you would do, the idea of what you're going to do is, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. You would see it's not doing it when I have it at 30 seconds, but it is doing it when I have it at 10 seconds. You need to line up the audio, just dragging it bit by bit so that it matches the video. Sometimes if I go to the very biggest setting, see over here, half a second, I can really drag it and just nudge it increments of a second at a time to get the start point to be right. So that's a little bit of a lengthy process. I won't bother you with that right now. But then here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to the movie, take the audio, turn it. Oh, I already did it. But you're going to take the audio, meaning the camera audio, all the way off so that it's 0%. And then I usually like to crank this guy up. That's the sexy mix that we've done with all the reverb and compression and nice sounding stuff. I'll bring it into like 170 something. You want to make sure that as you play it, it's not going into the reds over here. Rolling on. Oop. Hang on. Let's plop down. Now it's not synced up. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're not peaking over there. So that's basically how I do it. I mean, I didn't really take you through the full process because I didn't want to waste too much of your time of me actually lining it up with the audio. But I did show you how I got it off the H4, made it sound nice, and brought it into iMovie. Let's look at a real life project just so you can see what it looks like. So the video that I just did for In My Life, let's see, here's all my YouTube stuff. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Oh gosh. Well, let's go to another one. Let's go to Imagine. Okay, don't worry about that red, that yellow triangle. That's because I moved the audio track and it doesn't know where to find it. But I did my little intro, my lettering, a little blur. Over here, the lettering that you see over the screen, the overlay. And then this is the audio that's lined up with the video. Okay? Bingo, and then my outro. Okay, so there you have it. I hope that clarifies how I get the audio because there's been a lot of questions about it. Hope you enjoy this. Alrighty, take care. Hey everybody, well, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you got some good ideas from it. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And hey, by the way, if you enjoyed this lesson and you want to learn more of my tips and tricks, there's a little lesson series that I'm going to put below. You do have to opt in for it. It's not here on YouTube, but definitely go check it out. It's guitar lesson stuff. It's some techniques about how I do my arrangements and some rhythmic things and some technical left hand and right hand technique things. You might enjoy it. So Thanks a lot. God bless. And I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.